Welcome to Skytech-Lens. Have you noticed it? The slow, creeping emptiness in your town. The familiar signs that once lit up the landscape are going dark, one by one. Giants like Walmart and McDonald's are quietly disappearing from local communities. This isn't about mismanagement, it's about rising costs, changing habits, and economic pressure. These aren't just business decisions, they're seismic shifts altering the American way of life. When these places vanish, a piece of our shared experience vanishes with them. The story of their decline is the story of a changing America. In this video, we'll take you through 7 major brands slowly pulling out of the US. Some names might feel expected, but the final one could be the clearest sign yet that America is shifting in a direction no one saw coming. Stay with us as we uncover what's really happening behind the boarded-up windows and for lease signs. For decades, Walmart was more than a store. It was the heart of countless small towns. It was the largest employer, the community hub, and a lifeline for affordable essentials. But that era is ending. Store closures are gutting the communities that depended on them. When a Walmart closes, it's not just about losing a place to shop, it's about losing connection. Seniors lose their main social outing. Low-income families lose access to affordable goods. The company blames underperformance and theft. But for residents, it feels like betrayal. Walmart, after driving out local shops, is now leaving behind empty buildings and fractured communities. This is a strategic retreat. Walmart is shifting to e-commerce in wealthier suburbs, abandoning those who built its empire. The ripple effect is devastating. Local diners struggle, smaller stores lose foot traffic, and economic decline sets in. Hundreds lose jobs, and the social fabric tears further. Walmart's retreat signals a move toward a digital-first impersonal economy. We're losing the physical spaces where we interact and belong. The next time you see an empty Walmart, remember, it's a monument to a broken promise. It's a tombstone for a version of American life that valued community and connection. The loss is immeasurable, and the consequences are just beginning. The convenience of online shopping comes at a cost we're only starting to understand. The American town square is disappearing, one closed store at a time. What will fill the void, and who will be left behind? The golden arches of McDonald's were once a beacon of American culture. For generations, it was the place for birthday parties, family dinners, and first jobs. But now, McDonald's is quietly closing hundreds of locations, especially in small towns and inside Walmarts. This isn't a failing business, it's a strategic pivot. The company is prioritizing drive-thrus, delivery apps, and urban locations, leaving behind the communities that made it iconic. For many, the local McDonald's was a ritual, a place for affordable treats and memories. Its loss leaves a void, one less place for families to gather, one less opportunity for teens to work. The shift feels impersonal, as digital kiosks and modern designs replace the warmth of the past. The closures hit lower-income and rural areas hardest, sending a clear message: if your community isn't profitable, it's expendable. The loyalty of generations is being replaced by cold efficiency. McDonald's is experimenting with new concepts aimed at wealthier customers, further distancing itself from its roots. As the arches disappear, we're losing more than a restaurant. We're losing a piece of our shared history. The magic is fading, replaced by a sense of loss. The America of simple shared pleasures is slipping away. What will take its place? For millions, CVS was more than a pharmacy. It was a frontline healthcare provider. Now nearly 1,000 stores are closing, many in low-income and rural areas. These closures create pharmacy deserts, leaving vulnerable populations stranded. For the elderly or those without transportation, the loss is life-threatening. CVS calls it a strategic realignment, shifting to digital health services. But millions lack internet access or digital literacy, making the solution out of reach. The community pharmacist, often the most accessible healthcare professional, is disappearing. Each closure erodes trust and access, deepening healthcare inequality. CVS's move prioritizes profit over people despite its healthcare branding. The empty storefronts are painful reminders of abandonment. The promise of healthier happens together now rings hollow. As these vital resources vanish, we must ask, is basic healthcare becoming a privilege? The answer for many is yes. For millions, Dollar Tree was a symbol of hope, a place where a dollar still had power. That promise is gone. Prices have risen, and nearly 1,000 stores are closing. These closures hit low-income communities hardest, severing a crucial lifeline. Dollar stores weren't just about cheap goods, they offered dignity and a sense of normalcy. Now, families lose the ability to stretch tight budgets or bring small joys to their children. The company blames inflation and theft, but for customers, it feels like betrayal. The closure of these stores creates retail deserts, forcing residents to rely on overpriced convenience stores. It's a vicious cycle of poverty and lack of access. The loss is more than inconvenience. It's a catastrophe for those with no room to spare. These stores were an informal social safety net, now eroding. The message: if you're poor, you're on your own. The empty storefronts stand as monuments to rising inequality. The dollar dream is dying, and with it, the hope for millions. For many, this is a fundamental disruption to survival. The quiet reality: more and more people are being left behind. Applebee's once embodied eating good in the neighborhood, the go-to spot for family dinners and celebrations, but as tastes change and economic pressures mount, Applebee's is vanishing from communities. Each closure erases a third place, not home, not work, but a neutral ground for connection. The loss is more than a failed restaurant. It's the loss of intergenerational gathering. Regulars lose a place where they were known, where memories were made. The buildings are quickly repurposed, but the soul of shared meals and laughter is gone. This decline mirrors the hollowing out of the middle class. As disposable income shrinks, dining out becomes a luxury. Applebee's struggles reflect the financial health of Middle America. The company pivots to smaller stores and to-go orders, admitting the old model is broken. The communal meal is being replaced by eating alone on the go. The neighborhood is changing, and so is the way we connect. The shrinking of social circles and the death of the family meal are signs of growing isolation. Applebee's closures are more than business. They're a symbol of what we're losing. What will fill the void left behind? Sears was once America's store. Its catalog built rural towns, its malls anchored suburban life. Now, only ghosts remain. Decades of mismanagement and vulture capitalism bled Sears dry. Each closure bulldozes a piece of American history, leaving behind empty shells. For generations, Sears was a place of milestones: tools, wedding gifts, Christmas memories. The last stores feel like museums haunted by faded glory. The fall of Sears is also the death of the American mall. As anchor stores closed, malls collapsed, leaving eerie monuments to a lost consumer culture. Eddie Lampert's asset stripping left employees and communities with wreckage. The loss of Sears is the loss of trust. If an institution like this can vanish, what can we rely on? Its collapse feeds cynicism and instability. Driving past an abandoned Sears is like seeing a ruin from a lost civilization. It marks the end of an era of prosperity and shared touchstones. Sears is the ghost of the American dream, haunting forgotten malls. What dreams will replace it? Where a kid can be a kid. For decades, Chuck E. Cheese was the ultimate childhood destination. But the music is fading as the chain struggles to survive. Bankruptcy and controversial overhauls are erasing the magic, most notably, the removal of the animatronic band. For generations, those performances were core memories. Now, digital screens and dance floors replace the messy, weird, and wonderful chaos. The new version feels sterile, less imaginative, and more corporate. Parents notice the difference. Kids stare at screens instead of running wild. The cost of parties has soared, and digital entertainment is replacing communal play. Chuck E. Cheese is caught between a past it can't afford and a future that doesn't want it. These spaces taught kids to play together, to be free. As they disappear, we lose more than nostalgia. We lose vital childhood experiences. The story of Chuck E. Cheese is the story of childhood's decline in the digital age. The magic is fading, not just from the restaurants, but from childhood itself. If even these places vanish, will the next generation know what American childhood felt like? The slow disappearance of this icon is a poignant sign that the America we knew is quietly vanishing. From Walmart to Applebee's, CVS to Chuck E. Cheese, the pillars of American life are crumbling. This isn't just corporate failure, it's a fundamental rewiring of society. The physical spaces that brought us together are being replaced by a colder, digital world. Each closure is a small tear in our social fabric, but together, they reveal a gaping hole. We're left with more than empty buildings. We're left with a sense of loss. Economic pressure, inequality, and social fragmentation are reshaping our lives. The final brand, Chuck E. Cheese, hits hardest. It strikes at the heart of our future. If even childhood spaces are replaced by vending machines and gyms, what will the next generation know of American life? This isn't just nostalgia, it's a warning. The America we're building may be efficient, but what will be left when all the familiar places are gone? Thanks for watching a video. and subscribe the channel now. Thanks.